Hi guys, today I wanted to talk with you about something I've been seeing. I saw it several years ago and I'm seeing it more and more now. And it's really a scam alert, and I want you to look out for a common scam that I see. I call it a scam that I see hospitals use, and I'm seeing it more and more. And what happens is, if you've been in an accident and you seek treatment for your injuries from that accident, then this all starts rolling in. And this applies when you're dealing with hospitals. It applies if you're driving a semi, if you're driving a regular passenger vehicle, if you're riding a motorcycle. All right, it applies to all injuries when you go to the hospital for a wreck. Now, basically what happens is, let's say you, a friend or a family member, have been injured in a wreck. You're transported by the ambulance to the hospital to get treatment, all right? And you tell the nurses, hey, I was injured in a wreck, it wasn't my fault, and I need help. I've got a broken leg, I've got whatever, internal injuries, whatever they are. And they start telling you to fill out all this paperwork. And because they can't take your health insurance, and what they'll do is they'll bill the at-fault party. Okay, and to people that aren't lawyers and hadn't been in a wreck before, this all makes sense, because who do you want to bill? Do you want the bill, or do you want the at-fault party, the person that caused the accident, not you, to get the bill? Well, people will say, well, yeah, obviously I want the at-fault party to get the bill. Well, the problem is that the at-fault party is going to be responsible, or should be responsible in the end, but the problem is that the at-fault party isn't going to pay your insurance or your hospital bill right then. Okay, they're not going to do it. So what happens? You can bet they're not going to do it. Okay, you can bet the at-fault party people insurance is not going to pay it then. So in the end, what will happen is their insurance company will pay you a settlement, or you'll get a jury award after a trial, okay? And that's what's going to include paying your hospital bill, all right? But they're not going to pay it up front, okay? They're simply not going to do that. That's not going to happen. It's your responsibility to pay that bill. So why do they do this? Okay, and sure, they'll send the bill to the at-fault party's insurance, but they're not going to pay it. So when they don't pay it, then in a few days or a few weeks after this happens, really behind your back, what they're going to do is they're going to file a hospital lien, okay, on the deed books in your county against you, okay? Now, the hospital knows that you're going to get a lawyer and a possible settlement out of this. So under the law, okay, the lawyer or you have to deal with that hospital lien. Okay, you got to deal with that. They don't tell you the full story, okay, about this. And it's a sad situation because people just simply don't realize what's going on. That, they fall for this story that, hey, by law, we can't take your health insurance. We're going to bill the at-fault party. And that's simply an absolute lie. All right? By law, they can take your health insurance. That's what your health insurance is for. Okay? So I've seen them take a person's, at the hospital, take their health insurance information, their card, and not run it, and then file a lien. Okay? So I saw this the first time a few years ago. And what happened was the lady was in an accident. There was a hospital bill. They ran this whole thing about, oh, we can't take by law, we can't take it. We have to send the bill to the at-fault party. All this big lie, all right? And she had, I won't say she had $24,000 in hospital bills, something like that. And what happened was that she didn't hire an attorney, okay? She didn't hire an attorney right away. And what happened was I didn't get involved in the case for about 8 months, 9 months, maybe closer to a year. It's been a little while back. But what happened is that I didn't know anything about this hospital lien. She said that she had used her health insurance. So we thought that bill had been paid. Well, whenever we get all involved in it, get ready to work this thing out, then what happens is we find out about the hospital lien. Well, here's the thing. When we got the settlement on it, I can't give her a dime of her money. until that hospital lien is taken care of. I called, I got on the phone with the hospital's attorney, spoke with the hospital attorney. The hospital attorney had no idea this was going on. We got it all worked out. It helped her. But it was an absolute scam. Okay, so if they tell you, if you're involved in an accident and the hospital tells you that they can't take your health insurance, then by law they can't take your health insurance. Absolute lie. Okay, just keep that in mind. And here's what I say about it. I've got some pointers for you. So if they tell you they can't take your health insurance, then tell them to transport you to another hospital. Okay, make sure the hospital applies your health insurance. Now, don't fall for the scam, that by law they can't take it. Tell your friends and your family about this. The hospital is lying if they tell you they can't take your health insurance. All right, that's an absolute lie. Don't fall for it. Okay, now that hospital lien, if they file a hospital lien, it will come back to bite you. And they're doing it because they get paid more money for a hospital lien because they know it has to be satisfied by law than take your health insurance payments. That's the reason they do it. They get more money. Okay, so now I hope you're not in a bad wreck. I hope you don't get injured. But if you are, now you know not to fall for this scam from the hospitals. I mean, really it is. That's what your health insurance is for. Don't fall for the by law, we can't take your health insurance. We're going to have to go after the at-fault party because it is an absolute scam. They file hospital liens. They get paid more for hospital liens than they do by your insurance company paying their bill. That's the way it works. Okay? If you got any questions, feel free to message me. I'll be glad to help answer any questions. If you got any topics you'd like for us to talk about, let me know. I'll be glad to talk about them. Thank y'all.